Well, hi guys, it's Scott V again in my Hexxit world, and I just want to show you something quick and handy. Another thing about the Smeltery from Tinker's Construct. It's just an excellent way to get rid of, after fighting a lot in this world, you end up with just gobs and gobs of stuff. Why is it not lit up? There is... Oh, there's already stuff in there. What is in there? One chunk of alemite. Well, as I've shown you, if you get stuck with some miscellaneous junkola... Oh, cool. You can see the alemite breaking as you break the controller. Alright, well, anyway, you put the controller back and you're back in business. No problem. The neat thing with this mod is you can use it to recycle all of your crazy iron materials. And they each pretty much return back to the amount of materials they had when they were created. You'll notice that the damaged ones don't actually do anything. They're not smeltable. The only alternative to that is the anvil. An anvil, even when it's severely damaged, can be recycled, melted back down into iron. But I did want to check to see whether a damaged goods could be recycled. Do I have any other iron stuff? Nope. Now, of course, you're going to almost certainly end up with weird amounts of ores. Each one of these, like the chest plate, was made out of 7 iron, so it should return to 7 iron. Leggings is 6 irons each. So let's see, there's 10, and 7 and 8, 15, so 25, and 7 is 32. So I should get 32 ingots back out of this. Now don't forget that in this version, because there's of Tinker's Construct, because you can't do a cast, you need to have everything be in multiples of 9. So I believe if I add 2 ores, which each turn into 4 ingots, I should end up with a multiple of 9, and I should be able to cast some blocks of iron out of just useless non-enchanted armor that I picked up somewhere along the line. Oh look, my new player is here. Well, actually we've been gaming for quite a while, but it's his second night on this server. It was funny last night. I let him know that if you come to a Hexxit world, you're probably going to do some battling. And boy, we had a big 2-hour romp. Okay, well, let's see. All this stuff is happily melting down. So as you can see, 36 ingots. So I already have 36. So I don't even need you guys. Don't need you guys. It's a multiple of 4. So I managed to turn all that armor back into its primordial iron. And that's one of the fun things with Tinker's Construct. Likewise, I melted down, last night I think I showed you, I melted down a whole bunch of chainmail into blocks of steel. And then I can use those to produce my own steel goods when I get around to doing that. Oh, I got sound. How come he doesn't have sound? Alright, well here we are, pouring out the iron from all of my plundered, shall we say, leftover iron armor. And tools will also work. You can throw an anvil in there. Iron doors, you can actually recycle iron doors, melt them down for 6 ingots each. Rather cool. Tinker's Construct's got a lot of neat tricks you can do with it. I found a few other oddball recipes using the Smeltery from Tinker's Construct. And it's really no mystery. You come in here, type molten, right, well, I didn't mean to give myself molten. Stop that. I am not cheating. But you can come in here, click molten, and to see the uses of them. Some really neat stuff. I didn't realize you could pour 1/4 of a bucket of molten glass onto the table to get a clear pane. I showed you that you can pour an entire bucket of molten glass to get a clear glass block. But the clear glass pane is a new one. Okay, well, I was having a hard time initially making an ingot cast. You can see I do have one here. So I did find the secret to it. Because the ingot cast is such an important thing, you're supposed to be able to, in order to get small amounts of metals out of your smeltery, you're supposed to be able to put an ingot cast down and cast ingots directly. You know, I showed you can do 9 ingots at a time as a block, but sometimes you just need to get 1 ingot out. So I found that the only thing missing from my logic, here's 2 ingots of aluminum brass, almost ready to use. Come on, come on, come on. If you watch it, it won't melt. Yes, it will. Okay, well, the only thing that was missing from my theory was that it takes 2 ingots of aluminum, brass, or gold to make an ingot cast. So I was trying to make it with a single ingot's worth of material, and that's why I couldn't make an ingot cast. So, gold or aluminum brass will work, but it takes 2 units of molten gold or aluminum brass over an ingot to make an ingot cast. Now let's have a little bit of fun. The next thing I want to try is melting 1 block of glass. After that, I'm going to melt a block of gold. It's going to be a race to see which of these uber slow guys melts first. Whichever one melts first is what we're going to use. Still having molten aluminum brass in there, but I swear that wasn't working yesterday, 2 days ago when I did the demo. But if you got an ingot in there, that's what your ingot cast is for. It hardens, and I got an ingot of aluminum brass by using my ingot cast. So maybe there was a minor upgrade, or maybe just since I moved this to the server, that's working. I'm not sure what happened. So it looks like we're going to get the gold first. That's slightly problematic, because I'm only going to use 8 nuggets out of the 9 nuggets in that gold bar. And the funny thing is, I'm going to kind of put an apple on here. Molten gold, 1 ingot. Now it takes 8 nuggets over an apple to make a golden apple. Those are yummy, really handy. Now on the funny side, you might know that to make the really super enchanted golden apple, you surround an apple by 8 blocks of gold. And you can do that in here by putting an apple in here and then putting 8 blocks worth, which is 72 ingots worth of gold, over the apple will give you the uber enchanted super apple. Now I've got a little tiny drib on here that's not going to be good for anything at all, so let me just whack that, get rid of it, and then I put the table back down. And that got the last nugget out of the system. You could also break the controller and put the controller back in, but I'm always worried that the controller will just not be dropped and I'll be stuck with no controller. But the tables and basins, you can always put a tiny drib in them and then break them and get that little drib out of the system. Now, this time I want to make some panes, some clear panes. I did have some fun with the clear glass upstairs. I wonder if there's time. While it's melting, let me run up there briefly. Let me run while my glass is melting. Just want to show you how nice these windows turn out. And this is the clear glass that you get from pouring. Look at that pane. That is pretty. So this is the clear glass you get by pouring molten glass into the casting basin using the Smeltery. It's really makes some awesome windows. Really like them. And the divider between them actually disappears. There's no thick white line in between them like there was when I did my demo. So again, there must have been some minor difference on the server or some minor upgrade while I wasn't looking. It's kind of scary because I think I could go right out, flying out there, but nope, there's glass. It's safe. So that's kind of fun. Don't know why I ran upstairs and then back down the ladder for that. That was kind of silly. Anyway, are we melted yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Alright, well, in a moment I'm going to make a few glass panes. and see what we can do with them. And this is clear glass. Again, once you melt a piece of sand, a block of sand, or a block of glass, you can make clear glass by pouring that whole thing into the casting basin. But the casting table, you can make clear panes. I really want to see how these look. Oh, gimme, gimme. So each block of glass or each block of sand will make 4 panes. So that's cool. I'm gonna go see what these suckers look like. Last one. Give me the item, and pour me another one. Pour me a cold one at 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I have no idea exactly where I'm gonna put this, but I guess the test is whether or not, first of all, whether it, when you place it, whether it breaks and gives you a pane. I expect that it does. Yep, you can go pick it up again. Now if I'm coming up my stairs, this is kind of a cool place. 1, 2, 3, 4 wide, so this is a cool place for a window. I say so. Look at that down there. Alright, let's see what the clear glass panes look like. Now these ones do have the white lines in between them. That's interesting. But there's none of the jaggy, diagonal, crummy lines that I don't like. So there. You can make clear glass panes in the Smeltery. You can make ingot casts. And you can actually cast gold onto an apple. On the funny side, you can also use the Smeltery for recycling all kinds of iron stuff. Let's see, molten glass, molten iron. Well, let's just go with iron. I was having some fun with this yesterday, where 11111. Where is molten iron? Here we go. So I want uses of molten iron. No, I want recipes. So you can actually recycle all these different items, including iron bars, rail. Each one gives you a slightly different amount. The amount you get back is pretty much the equivalent of how many, like the sword uses two ingots of iron and you get 2 ingots back. Now the anvil is a neat case because you get the same amount back whether it's heavily damaged or not. So I would use the heck out of your anvil and then you can recycle it for the full amount of iron. And so it's really good to smelter. You can recycle all kinds of things and get your iron back out of them. So anyway, just thought I'd show you a few more little discoveries in the Smeltery.